This ain't Texas. There's absolutely no reason for me to be doing this right now. It is my bedtime, and when I say it's my bedtime, I am very strict about my bedtime. Not even so much strict. It's just the fact that I can't make it past my bedtime. Once it hits, it's 9:51. Once it hits 10 p.m., I'm like, oh my god, I cannot stay awake. And I have had quite a long day. I had a bad day. No, I didn't. There was nothing bad about it. I need to stop saying that. There was nothing bad about it. I was just in a bad mood for no reason, to be honest. Literally no reason. And I need to try to fix that instead of saying I had a bad day, because not one single bad thing happened. Not a single bad thing. I was just dramatic for no reason. Whew. And now it's 10 p.m. and I was like, let me play Fortnite, because that's what I do in the evenings. I play Fortnite, right? My Wi-Fi was so fucking shitty I couldn't even move around the fucking map. So I was like, let me not play Fortnite. Let me just sit here on TikTok, because that brings me happiness. And that's what I did. I sat here on TikTok, and then I was like, I need to do something else. Knowing I have to do laundry. I should have done laundry 4 days ago, and I didn't. And I have to cook my lunch for tomorrow, because I didn't do that either. And I have a very long day tomorrow, and if I don't cook lunch, I'm going to be pissed. And I know that. And did I cook lunch? No. I sat here. And then I was like, let me take a nice, relaxing shower and play music, because that's what I like to do. It makes me happy. I sing, just vibe in the shower with my one LED light on, nothing else, just vibing. Right? I get in the motherfucking shower, try to play music on fucking Alexa. She can't play music. I guess it's probably the Wi-Fi issue. It would play 2 seconds of a song, and then she would be like, sorry, I can't play music right now. Yeah, no fucking shit. No, she said, sorry, I'm having trouble playing music. Obviously, girl, I can fucking tell that. And then so that just pissed me off. And I could play music on my phone. I know that. But it's not the same, as Alexa singing to me. It's just not the same. Surround sound, vibing, and then a phone speaker, it just doesn't work like that. And I know these are very minimal problems. Minimal? Very little problems. Very small problems to have. Small problems. They're not big problems. It's not a big deal. But when you've had a long day, it pisses me off. So then I was like, let me vent to my people, because I just need to talk. I'm having a lot of anxiety today. I just need to talk right now. So here we are at 10 p.m. deciding I should do a whole motherfucking podcast. I also, like I said, I'm trying not to drink as much. I'm not stopping drinking, just not drink as much. And I did really well. In 2 weeks, I only drank one day. And that day, I drank a few beers, and that was it. And it was Sunday, and I was on the beach, so it's like fine. Today, I had to have the wine. I went straight to the grocery store after work and got wine. Again, nothing happened at work. I was just in a bad mood. I just wanted to be home in my skim socks, chilling, playing Fortnite. I wish that was a joke, but it was not. I like to be home in my skim socks. They make me feel like everything is right in the world, and I don't know why. They're just comfy. It's like a sweater. Speaking of work, job applications and interview processes right now just don't make fucking sense. They don't make fucking sense. Let me tell you. I have a very good resume, to be honest with you. It's fantastic, I think. Maybe not, but I think so. Um, I have I have purse, I have shoe, I have hat on head. That is the way my brain works. Okay, what was I talking about? Resume. I have 2 degrees. I have my bachelor's and my master's in nutrition. I have healthcare experience for quite some time. And now I have very successful sales experience, which is what I like to do. I like to sell things. Great resume. I have all of my sales numbers on there, all of my top performances. I have fucking trophies sitting on my TV stand. Glass, diamond, not diamond, glass trophies with my name on them for sales performances. I just won another award last month for sales performance. Great numbers, right? I can't get a motherfucking. I have a job. Whoa. Let me start there. I have a job. I just would like to experience new things. I can't even get a motherfucking job interview. I can't get a response from anyone. And I'm like, hello? Like, not to be a dick, but like, I'm good at what I do. I don't get a single fucking response from job applications. Nothing. And I'm like, I know I'm qualified for the things I'm applying for. And I can't figure it out. However, I did get a response from one job that I applied for. And the only reason I got a response, I don't know why I'm sitting my wine there. That is risky, but I'm going to do it. The only reason I got a response was because I found the recruiter on LinkedIn and I emailed her and I was like, hey, yo, is me. I didn't say that. That's if you think that's true, that's probably why you think I don't get a job, but that's not true. I said, hey, I'm very interested in this position. Would love to discuss more. Here's my info. She was like, great, let's hop on a call, but I don't know, like tomorrow. I said, sure, I'm available. Call me, girl. She called me, girl. It was great. She loved me. She was like, listen, I'm actually close friends with the manager. Let me call him today and tell him I would rather him interview you first instead of anyone else. And I was like, oh my God, fantastic. Do it. Don't be shy. Do it. She did it. I interviewed for this one job, 6 rounds of interviews, 8 weeks, 2 months of my time, unpaid. I mean, I have a job. I'm just saying, 2 weeks of my time spent with this company, unpaid, obviously, because I'm not a fucking employee. Stress, the amount of stress and anxiety that I had for 2 fucking months, not cool. I did extremely well on every interview. I met with the same motherfucking guy 4 times, I think. And I'm like, listen, dude, what else do you want from me at this point? I have talked to you 4 times. At this point, we're bros. You like me? Yes or no? Check yes or no. What else do you want from me at this point? Why are we meeting 4 times? And then I had to do a business analysis and a sales role play. Killed it, to be honest. Killed it. The business analysis of assignment, they didn't even want to discuss it with me. They were like, your answers were perfect. You know what you're talking about. You did good. I've never even been in this field. And they were like, your answers are spot on. Exactly what we would say perfect. The sales role play, fantastic. The guy was like, I asked you questions that I didn't think you would know the answer to, and you obviously did a lot of research and then you knew all the answers. I'm like, great, hire me. Anyways, I go through 6 rounds of interviews. The last interview, I drive an hour to meet this man in person that I have interviewed with 4 times. Also, if you're my employer, I'm sorry. I don't think you'd be really surprised, but like, I am exploring other options. I drive an hour to meet this man. This sounds like a weird date. To meet this man after I've interviewed virtually 4 times. I get there. It's fine. I get there and I walk in and he says, so, you have any questions for me? And I was like, do you have questions for me? Like, I just drove here for an hour for our final interview. I didn't say that, but I was like, thankfully I had fucking questions. And I was like, oh my God, yeah. I was like, do you want me to start? Or like, did you? He was like, no. This is very chill, casual. You just ask me whatever questions. And I was like, okay. Pulled out my notebook with a list of fucking questions because I am in a very sales sales job, right? So I know questions to ask in a sales interview. I want to know your budgets. I want to know your goals. I want to know how often you update your goals. Is that yearly? Is it quarterly? Is it monthly? I don't fucking know, but I want to know that. I want to know how strict you are on performance based. That was not the way to word that. For example, in my current position, if you don't hit your goal with 3 months in a row, it's time for action planning. You get written up and then you got to hit or you're out. Pretty to the point, right? I want to know if that's what you do. If someone comes into this field and they're new, what steps do you take to make sure they're successful? What is the learning process? How often do they get to talk to you directly? I want to know all these things. So I go through my questions. He was like, "Oh, very good questions." And I was like, "Okay, do you have anything for me?" And he was like, "Not really. No, everything's good." And I'm like, "Okay, what the fuck do I do now? What do I do? Everything's good. Does that mean I got the job?" I'm not kidding. I ran through my questions really fast, and he was very like to the point with the answers. I was like, "Okay, boom, 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 boom." I was with this man for 20 minutes after driving an hour. 20 minutes. We met in, it was like a big convention center hotel, but like in the restaurant bar part. Do you think he bought me food? Do you think he bought me a drink? Do you think I even had water? No. I was parched, hungry, broke. Anyways, he was like, "Nope, to be honest with you, it's you and one other person. I think I know what I'm going to do. To be honest, the other guy like has experience in the field. I like the idea of bringing on someone new. It's a fresh face, fresh mind, easier to work with. Someone else is going to be stuck in their ways." And I'm like, "Oh my God, talk to me nice, nice. You're saying all the things I want to hear. This sounds like I got the motherfucking job." However, I left and I was like, I don't know how that went. I should have been there longer than 20 minutes. That's weird, right? Yeah, thank you for agreeing. It's weird. So I drive an hour back. But mind you, I didn't even mention I took off work for an entire day for this interview. I missed a day of my work and making commission to go to this interview an hour away for 20. I don't even think it was 20 minutes, to be honest with you. I think it was 15, 16 minutes that I was with this man. And I liked him. He's very nice. I truly liked him, and I was like, "This is fun. If I get this job, like I'm gonna have fun working with these people that I've met." I drive an hour back home, text the recruiter because me and the recruiter had been texting the whole time, like we were BFFs. And I was like, "Hey, just met with them. I think it went well. I wasn't really sure. It wasn't like a formal interview like I expected. It was just like, do you have questions?" She was like, "Oh my God, thanks so much." Blah, 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 blah. 2 days later, I get a text from the recruiter saying, "Hey, Cody, thank you so much for your time." And I was like, "Okay, rejection. If they say thank you for your time, it's over. Don't even read the rest of the message." I'm just kidding, but not really. She says thank you for your time, and I'm like, fuck. She was like, "Unfortunately, the other guy already works in our field and has connections with all of the doctors that we will be working with. So it's just an easier transition for him to take the job." Why on this God's green earth did you send me through 2 months of interviews if you knew all along that this guy has connections in exactly what you do and knows the physicians that you want to work with and already has connections with these physicians, and that it would be so much easier to bring in someone that has that? I understand that. That's a great business decision. Why did you waste 2 months of my fucking time? And I don't want to sit here and say it was wasted because it was a great experience, right? I'm not gonna lie. It was a good interview experience. Really good. Like I learned a lot from it, and that's what I'm taking away from this. But why, as a company, would you waste 2 months of your time interviewing someone when deep down you know you're gonna go with the other person? And then I reach out to the manager that I interviewed with 6 million times. And I was like, "Hey, thank you so much for interviewing. Thank you for your time. Whatever. Is there anything I could change moving forward in the interview process that would make me a stronger candidate?" Nope. You have great experience. You were very good at interviews. You know everything about sales. It was just easier to go with the other guy. I said, thanks for your time. So now I'm back to square one because during that 2 month time, I didn't apply to other jobs because I was like, I think I could get this one, right? We're 6 interviews in. Could be mine. Who knows? It wasn't mine. I know. So now I'm back to square one. And it's not that I'm desperate to get a job, but it's time for a change. And I want to make sure I'm leaving for a good job because I have a good job. I just want to leave for something that I like more, right? I love my job right now. It's just not working out the way I want it to. So it's time to move on. It's fine. I've been there for 3 years. Great. So I want to make sure I'm leaving for something good. I'm not getting a single fucking response from any other job application that I put in. And I've not put in a lot. I've maybe put in 2 in the last month and a half since that interview process. So it's not like a lot, but like I'm not getting a single fucking response. And then, okay, so I'm just gonna tell you all. I'm obviously in sales. I have pers- I have healthcare experience and I have sales experience. My goal for my entire lifetime has been to get into medical sales. Whoa, why am I saying that? Where was I going? Oh. So I'm applying to medical sales jobs. Like that's what I want to leave for. So that's what I'm applying for. I'm not just applying to random fucking positions. Every entry level, I shouldn't even be entry level right now. My job currently, my position, I have a senior title. I am senior blah 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 blah. I should not be entry level, but I'm applying to entry level for medical sales because I've not been in that field before. Entry level medical sales, and I've known this for years. I've been looking at medical sales for like 10 years. Not applying, but like just looking at them. Entry level typically says 2 to 3 years medical sales experience preferred or required. Every job in Miami that I look at says strongly prefer existing relationships with physicians. What the fuck? Do you want me just to go hang out with them in the operating room sometimes to make a connection? I don't understand. Not everyone is going to have that. In every single job, they automatically hire someone that has connections. Like at this point, I'm going to go hang out in the doctor's locker rooms. Be like, hey, see you soon, buddy. What the fuck do you want me to do, right? And then I was looking at this job 2 days ago, and I made a quick TikTok about this, but like I was really interested in the position. It sounded really good, and it says this was just a mistake. I know that I'm not dumb, but it says must live in Jacksonville, Miami, or Tampa, Florida, and be willing to cover the entire state of Florida. Great. If you didn't know, I live in Miami. I'm willing to cover the entire state of Florida. I think that's fantastic. You scroll down 2 more lines and it says, must live in Houston, Texas. Where the fuck do you want me to live? Tell me and I'll go. But like, where is it exactly that you want me to live? I don't get it. Do you want me in every city at the same time? Because I'll figure it out. But like, fuck, dude. What am I supposed to do there? Oh my god, thank you all for listening. That was actually like I don't know why. I guess I just needed to get that off my chest. It's been really annoying me lately because I've been looking at jobs and like I'm not applying to a lot because the qualifications are out of this fucking world. They're basically like, oh, for entry level, for $65,000 or something less than I'm fucking making, you need 6 years of experience. You must know all the doctors in the area, have been married to at least 3 of them, and you've been to the moon 1 time. The fuck? How do you want me to get there? How do you want me to get to that point? I just need another sip of the wine. I'm sorry. So I have a job, and it's not like I don't. Just would like to change it up, make a little bit more money. I have a good job. I'm not complaining. I am complaining, but like I would like to make more money. I think I just spilled wine on these lovely white. What's that called? Thing. It's not the shorts. It's the inseam type thing. Not inseam. Liner. It is a liner. Spilled it on there. Okay, so I decided I was going to do this episode as like a get to know me. Eh, hello? And I Google. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I Googled some questions to ask on a podcast. Obviously, every single document has questions that you would ask to another person. However, there's no other person. This is just me talking out my ass. But I'm going to go through some of these, and then I feel like it's a good way for like you can get to know me, right? I just got really excited. I don't know why. Let me get a refill, and I'll be literally right back because my fridge is there because I live in a studio. I'm getting notifications that my packages are delivered, and I don't have any packages being delivered. Whatever. I closed all 3 rings today. That's really happy. I mean, that's really exciting. Okay, let's get to some get to know me questions. And I haven't read through these, to be honest with you. I'm just gonna like go through it as I am here. Obviously, what else? I haven't pre-read these, so like I'm just gonna go and answer whatever I just want to answer. I'm gonna have to skip a lot of these, right? Because no, why didn't my light just go off? Hello? I'm gonna need you to hold. My ring light went out, and I don't know why, and it won't come back on. Be right back. Okay, I will say that is the first time I have ever had technical difficulties, and I don't know what happened. I like truly can't figure it out. My ring light went off, but it's not like a battery powered thing. It's a cord, and so I got my other ring light and plugged it in the same place, and it wouldn't work either. It's like the outlet went out, but the TV is plugged into the same outlet, and the TV was still on. Just the one specific plug-in didn't work. So I just, why am I? You don't need to know that. That was weird. I just don't know what happened. Okay, so let's do some questions. I also just want you all to know. Oh my god, there's so many notifications on this phone, this old phone. What am I going to tell you? I just want you to know. Oh, it's 10:18 p.m. and it is significantly past my bedtime. To be specific, 18 minutes. And I'm just chatting the fuck it up. Anyways, a lot of these questions obviously are for you and a partner or person in your podcast, and I don't have that. It's just me. Intro questions. Number 6. How are you doing for real? Obviously, after the rant I just had with you all, I'm not doing great. Thanks for asking. Thank you for asking. I'm actually fine. I just need to complain a lot to be okay, you know? Like everything is truly fine. I just need to bitch about it to be fine. And I bitch a lot. But then I feel better and it's okay. What is your favorite drink? Now, this is a tricky topic for me because I love drinks of all kinds. I love liquids. When I tell you I love liquids, I remember going to the grocery store as a kid with my whole family, and my mother would be like, "Are you going to get any food? You just have liquids in the cart." And I was like, that's all I want. I love to drink things. Love it. I will drink things all day long until I am drowning. I love to drink things. Which is I don't know if that like means something, but that's kind of weird. My favorite drink. So let's go through the options. My favorite alcoholic beverage. Let's start there because I have wine. This is also a tough question, even if we're specific to alcohol, because my favorite alcohol beverage has always been vodka water. I don't do a lot of sugar because it fucks me up, but I like to get fucked up in a different way. I don't want to fuck it up here. I want to fuck it up here. What am I? Why did I do that? I like vodka water because it fucks me up there, but not there. It's not a lot of calories, which I like. However, I don't drink that a lot anymore. In fact, I probably drink it once in the past year. I do drink wine now. Why am I holding it as if I'm a cartoon character? I drink wine. Hold on. Oh my god. Ooh. I drink wine because I don't go out anymore. I just stay home alone. And I like to sip on wine when I'm home alone. I don't like to sip on wine is not what I meant. I meant I like to have a glass in my hand when I'm home alone. And having a glass in my hand typically means I fill it up with wine. However, I've been trying to not drink as much, like I said, so I've been filling it up with sparkling water. It works. It's the same thing. As long as I have a glass in my hand, it's fine. Sometimes I use oh my god, flavor, the little flavor things. You know, the flavor things. And it's fine. I don't need wine. I just need something in a glass. So what is my favorite alcoholic drink? I don't know. I would actually say an espresso martini. When I go to dinner or happy hour now, I have an espresso martini, and it's my favorite thing in the entire world. And then I just recently saw a TikTok about a brunch place, and instead of bottomless mimosas, they had bottomless espresso martinis. When I tell you, I would be in that motherfucker every day, and I would fuck it up. I'd have a heart attack every day from the espresso, but I would fuck it up, and it would fuck me up. I really just got off track. My favorite liquid. I mean, my favorite drink. Is that what the question was? What is your favorite drink? Yeah. Yeah, I guess that. And then water. All I drink is water outside of that. I used to drink juice when I was younger, but now I don't like the sugar again, right? So I just drink water with sometimes flavors. So water and espresso martinis, I guess, is what my answer is. Wow, it takes me a long time to answer questions. That was one question. What is your favorite meal? I'm not answering that. I don't like to. First of all, my reason is that it. I mean, my reason for it taking so long to answer questions is that I don't like favorites. I don't like to say anything is my favorite because sometimes it's not, right? Like, what's my favorite meal? I don't know. Today it's chicken nuggets. Tomorrow it could be. Uh, tomorrow it could be something else. I was trying to think of something else, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't have favorites. I don't like to say favorites because it changes every single day. Favorite artist. Now, see, even that one's hard for me because it's a favorite question. I would have to say if I have to absolutely pick a favorite artist, Drake. Obviously, he's been my top artist for like 9 years in a row. But I love. Oh my god, I can't even decide. Travis Scott is up there right now. Don't hate me for this. I like his music, not the personal side, but Kanye, fucking love. Um, I just said Travis. Kanye. Lil Baby is up there right now. I always listen to Lil Baby. And then I love Beyonce and I love Nicki. So that one doesn't help either. Okay, let's move past the favorites because that stresses me out. I'm getting like my heart's racing a little bit from that. Where are you from? I am from Kentucky, and I know I've mentioned this before because I said one time that I was a basically a farm animal, but I am from Kentucky. Um, tell your origin story. I am from Kentucky. I am from a small town in southeastern Kentucky. I'm not even going to tell you because you would not know. However, it is the home of KFC. Is that what you think of when you look at me? The home of KFC? Because that's where I am from. I'm from there, and then I moved right after high school. I went to the University of Kentucky, so I moved to Lexington, which will always have a place in my heart. But that doesn't mean I want to be there anymore. Sorry, I just outgrew it quite quickly, and it was not the place for me. I'd love it, and I would be happy to visit again, even though I haven't. I've been there like once, I think, in the past 3 years that I've been in Miami. but I love it. It's a great place. It's just not for me, right? I'm a little bit spicy, and I think I'm a little bit too spicy for Lexington, Kentucky. And I don't like to be cold. It's a big thing. I don't like to be cold, and I was cold there. In fact, the last time I was there, oh my god, I really am going in on these answers. The last winter that I lived there, I there's someone walking by my door. I wrecked my car in snow and ice for the first time. We had an ice storm, and I wrecked it and totaled it for the very first time, and it was all because of ice. It was a one car accident. It was only me. Thankfully, no one was involved, and I was not injured in any way. I'm very thankful for that. I am not letting that slide. However, I was trying to turn around a curve, and when I went to turn, and I was barely going. I had to go to work. It's not like I was just out here doing whatever the fuck I want in an ice storm. I had to go to work, which was stupid. So it was not my fault. Focus. Um, and so I went to go around a curve, and when I turned my wheel, my car just kept going straight. And it was very slow because I wasn't going fast, but I knew exactly what was happening. Um, there was a sidewalk in front of me because I was on a street. And when I turned my wheel, I just kept going straight. And I went over the sidewalk straight, but my wheel was still turned, which could have been my fault. And it broke my fucking axles. So my car was totaled. Thankfully, I was obviously not injured. It was like 10 miles an hour. I was like boom, 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 and my car was totaled. No one else was involved. I am very thankful for that. But it totaled my car. And I remember the very first thing I said when this happened, I was still holding onto the steering wheel, and I said, this better be my last fucking winter in Kentucky. And it was. I moved. And now I'm in Miami. um, what books have changed your life the most? None of them. I have not read since high school, so that's something I need to do. 2024, I need to read more, and I will focus on that. Promise. What is the hardest challenge you've had to overcome in your life? This one is interesting. Thank you for asking. Ooh, the hardest challenge. Not to get. What's your favorite star? Oh, state. Not to get emotional or like super serious here on this podcast. I think, to be honest, coming from where I came from like nothing. And I know a lot of people say that, but like truly, when I think back on it, like we came from nothing. And growing up, I was just like I was like fine, like nothing was terrible. I mean, I guess it probably wasn't great, but like in the moment, it wasn't terrible. Like it was just life for me, right? Like that's just how I grew up. So I was like, sure, this is it. This is life. But at the same time, I knew like I don't want this for my life. I don't want this to be my life. And I don't want this to continue for me, right? So I think coming from where I came from, I had no really. I'm so sorry for what I'm doing right now. Oh my god, bedtime reminder. I know. I had no real. I'm not saying this in any type of way, any type of negative way to anyone I had in my life, but like I had no real like guidance on anything. I didn't know anything. Everything I was fucking doing, I figured out as it happened. I had truly no idea what I was doing for the rest of my life, for my life. But not that I even still do, but like I figured literally everything out on my own. I was first generation college student. I didn't know anything about college. I was not prepared for college in the slightest fucking way. I barely made it through high school. Not like grades wise, but like I didn't like it. My grades were fine, but like I just did not like school. And in my mind, which is kind of a bad I don't know where to go. It helped me, but it's kind of a bad mindset to have, right? Like after high school, the only option in my brain, I got to go to college. I'm not I'm not continuing life the way I've been doing life, I have to go to college. It's the only option. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And there are so many other options outside of college. So don't think that if you're young and you're listening to this, this is not, don't think that's the only option because I now know that that's not true. Anyways, I was like, my only option is college. I have to go to college. So I did. I applied to college. I did my first year at Eastern Kentucky University in my hometown. Like I stayed at home. Yeah, I stayed at home my first year and then transferred to the University of Kentucky. I got to the University of Kentucky, had no motherfucking idea what I was doing. No one to help me pay for anything, do anything. I worked my entire way through college, obviously. But like I lived on student loans. I took out extra student loans to live, basically, because I can only work so much as a full time college student, right? No one to guide me at all. And to be honest, at first you're doing like basic classes, so that was fine. And then once I got into my major, I wanted to do. I desperately need chapstick right now. Hold on. Um, what was I? Where was I? I desperately need chapstick. Oh no, that's. Oh, once I got to college, it was like basic classes were fine, right? Like I could do that. My major, oh yeah, I was biology at first. I wanted to go to pre med. I wanted to be pre med. My goal from a child, I can't speak. My goal from the time I was a child was to be a plastic surgeon. And I was dead set on that. And to be honest, I wish I would have stuck with it. Obviously, I did not. However, I wish I would have. Anyways, I got into biology, and the classes are fucking hard, obviously. And I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I didn't know how to study. I didn't know what to do in college. So it was not working out. So I changed majors into dietetics and nutrition, which, to be honest, was not as easy as I had expected. And I struggled. I like struggled through college. Like thinking back, I don't even know what the fuck I did, but like I struggled. Anyways, I did my 4 year program. I was the first one ever in my family, like aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, anyone in my family to graduate college, which is amazing. And I honestly am like super proud of that. Like that's like very fucking cool because not many people get to say that. So that's cool. But I was the first one, and then my program that I was in, basically to do dietetics and dietitian, you have to get a master's. Like it's required to be a dietitian. So then I finished my bachelor's and I was like, okay, got to keep going. And then the dietetic internships are very competitive, like super fucking competitive. I don't even know how I got into one. I got into one not based on my grades. It was based on my work experience, to be completely fucking honest. My grades were not good. Um, but I got in based on my work experience and I interview really well. Like I said earlier, that's why I don't know why I can't get a job. But I interview really well. And then my dietetic internship in my master's program fucking killed it. I had a 3.99 GPA in my master's. Went from like a 1.0 in undergrad, not really, but like whatever, you know what I mean. And then I fucking killed it in my master's. And then I finished all of this shit. What question am I answering? Oh, the hardest challenge. I finished all this shit and I hate myself for this, but by the end of it, I was like, I don't want to be a dietitian. Like once I finished, you don't really see what a dietitian does until you're in the internship, which is the last part of the fucking process, right? And then I was like, I don't want to do this. I love being in a hospital, but it's because I wanted to be a plastic surgeon. Like I want to be in surgeries. I don't know. I just did not like the dietitian role. And nutrition and healthcare makes no fucking money. Zero fucking money. Zero money. That didn't make sense. But they make no fucking money. And I was like, no, 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 no. I did all of this college. I'm gonna make fucking money, right? And so I did healthcare for a little bit, and then I left to get into sales. And I left during the pandemic. Oh my god, this fucking light just went out too. What are they do? Oh wait, it's the same light, but why did it go out again? Is it getting too hot? Hold on again, please. You're back again, and I figured it out. The reason this light keeps going off is because the fucking it's a USB. Whoa, I need to calm down. It's just a USB plug-in. So it's plugged into like a cube into the wall, right? Yeah, like we know how USB works. When I just unplugged it, the cube was so fucking hot. The piece of the USB, like the metal piece, like burnt my hand. So I just let it sit for a second and then plugged it into a different cube. So I probably need to like start wrapping this up because clearly that means I'm taking too long. However, I'm just loving to chat right now. Anyways, I left during the pandemic and went into sales. And the good thing about the pandemic, there's nothing good about it. Like I don't want to say it like that. I'm not insensitive. Insensitive. In fact, I was on the COVID unit for like 6 months straight. Let me get some water while I talk. So, during the pandemic, I was on the COVID unit for 6 months straight in the hospital, like when COVID first happened, and it was really fucking serious, and it was terrifying. And we can go into this later, but like, that's why I'm saying I'm not insensitive. It was terrifying. I cried every fucking day in my car after work. I went home and stripped outside. I would get butt ass naked outside my apartment and leave my clothes outside, go in and shower and do laundry. So, anyways, I left during the pandemic because I was like, I do not make near enough money to be doing this right now. And then this is when I started my sales journey, and that's how I got in sales. And I've had just 2 sales jobs since then, both very successful. I forgot the question again. What is your hardest challenge you've had to overcome? Um, so if I make it one big general statement, I would say coming from where I came from with no guidance again, like I just did everything on my own. But to be honest, I never looked at it as a challenge. It was more like I don't know, I never felt like I was being challenged. I was just like I have to figure this out on my own. And it was never like well, I'm miserable. I don't want to do this all on my own. It was like, okay, this is what's happening. Here's what I do next. Here's the next step. It was always like very in the moment, like here. I never planned ahead to a degree. Like I was never like, ooh, I need to do this, this, and this. I was like, okay, here's where I am at this moment. This is what I need to do to solve this problem. And then I ended up in Miami. So apparently I solved a lot of problems. What is your favorite state? I thought it said, what is your favorite star? And I was like, the Milky Way. My favorite state? I don't know. Obviously, my favorite place is Miami, but if I say state, my favorite state is not Florida. No, the state of Florida is very different from the city of Miami. In fact, Miami should be its own state. It's its own world. I can't say the state of Florida. The rest of Florida is fucking weird. I don't know that answer. What goals are you pursuing right now? I going back to the very beginning of this, which was probably like an hour ago at this point. Um, a new job. Nothing wrong with mine. I just think it's time for new things and it's time for growth. That's my biggest thing. I'm not growing where I'm currently at, and I would like to grow, and I would like my bank account to grow. So that growth. Who do you want to be like when you grow up? Stefan Diggs. That's I'm leaving that there. Um, when did you start? When did you first start learning about your craft? Okay, since we're on the topic of job, I'm gonna say my craft is sales. To be honest, I still don't know that I am a good salesperson, even though I am very successful and have multiple awards to show for this. I don't feel like I'm a good salesperson because I don't feel like I'm selling things. I feel like I become everyone's best friend and then they just buy from me, right? It's a big difference. However, when did I first learn I was good at my craft, whatever that question said? I left healthcare, like I said, to take a sales job. I had no fucking idea if I could even do sales, but I was like, it's what I've always wanted. Let's give it a shot. If it doesn't work, it doesn't fucking work, right? Like, what do I have to lose? And I go into this sales job, and I remember the first training, like the actual sales training that we did. people were so fucking awkward. And I was like, oh my God, what is going on? Like, why can't they just talk? Like, it's literally a conversation. And everyone was like, robots, like crying and like shaking. And I'm like, guys, like, we're just literally having a conversation. And then I go through training. I don't want to say like companies, but like I go through training at first with that company and it was great. And then I go into the position and start selling. And immediately, I hate saying this because I'm not like bragging. I don't want to sound like I'm bragging or like cocky. But immediately, as soon as I started, like I had the top numbers and everything. Like I was like immediately like top salesperson at that place. And I was like, am I good at that? I don't know. Am I good at sales? I don't know. And then that's the trophy that I have on my TV stand. It's a big glass trophy with my name on it. And I was number one in sales in a tri-state area. Is That's the simple way to put it. And I was like, oh shit. And to be honest, that trophy is from December of 2020, and I think I started that position in September of 2020. Um, so it was right when I started. I brought home a fucking trophy, and I was like, maybe I should do sales. And then the whole time I was with that company, I was in the top. Like I performed really well, and I was like, why do people have such a hard time with this? Like I'm literally just having a conversation. And then I realized like sales is truly not for everyone. It's not for most people. But you just have to be able to talk to people and keep it natural, right? Like you don't want to feel like you're talking to a salesperson. And obviously I'm going on 45 minutes, if not more, of sitting here talking to a fucking camera. So obviously I can talk to people. Um, but that was the first time that I realized like, oh shit, maybe I really truly should pursue sales and maybe I could be very successful at it. So that was that. That was the first time. Um, I don't. Why is this all about crafts? What does that mean? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? It's a great question. Thank you for asking. In 5 years, I don't fucking know. I want to still be in Miami because I love Miami. Like I truly don't see myself leaving Miami unless it's for like something good, obviously. But I love it here. Like truly love it. If I'm not at work, I live on the beach. If I'm not at work, I literally walk out my door to the beach, and it's like, why would I ever leave this? You know, it's like I'm constantly on vacation and driving to work every day. My commute kind of fucking sucks right now, but it's like I'm drive. I don't like. It's like a good, obviously good drive. I drive on the causeway where all the cruise ships are, and everyone's like on double decker buses taking photos. And I drive through Star Island and the Venetian Islands, and it's like, okay, life is like fine. So I don't know why I would ever leave this. Anyways, 5 years, I would still like to be in Miami. I do want to be in a different position. Um, I'm in a leadership role now, which is good, and that's why I want to keep it on my resume. But I want to be in a different position, and I want to be leading a sales team. To be honest, like I still want to be in sales, but I want to be further into management, and I'm in management now. But like, I want to continue that just with a different place. I think, and I kind of want to be like, I want to buy a place on the beach. I don't know if that's realistic in 5 years because a 900 square foot place on the beach right now is over $1 million. So like we got a lot of planning to do there, but I eventually want to buy a place. What motivates you to get up in the morning? Are you driven by relationships, money, success, etc.? What motivates me to get up in the morning is the fact that I'm going to get my coffee. That sounds stupid, but sometimes when I go to bed in the evenings, not nighttime, it's literally evenings. Um, I am so excited to wake up and go get my coffee, which is very old of me. But like I go to bed and I'm like, oh my god, when I wake up, I am getting my coffee. It's so good. Other than that, money, which is why I'm in sales, obviously. Um, Money. I love money. I don't make enough money, but I love money. I will get out of my bed at any moment for money. So I would say that. I think I have been doing this for like an hour. I think I should end and finish this later. Yeah, I like the questions coming up. So let's do a whole second podcast of Get to Know Me. This will be Get to Know Me Part 1. We'll do Get to Know Me Part 2 later. If you listen to this, literally thank you because I just needed to rant tonight and I actually feel so much better. Before I started this, my heart was like racing because I was just having a lot of anxiety about life in general. And now I feel like okay. I feel fine ish. I feel good, and not because of the wine, because I didn't even drink that much wine through this last hour. Anyways, I have to end it there. Again, thank you. If you actually listen to this, thank you truly from the bottom of my heart. This was very long and I just needed to talk. And that's what you're there for, right? Thank you. And I will see you again in a few days.